Those of you who hadn't seen a Japanese crime film before, now you know. Cruel Gun Story was based on the novel Winchester M70, written by Haruhiko Uyabu, who had read his share of translated American crime fiction, one of the good things left behind by American soldiers after the occupation. Uyabu's novels gained him a reputation as the Japanese Mickey Spillane. As for director Takumi Furukawa, he made only 2 more films for Nikkatsu before moving to Hong Kong and changing his name to Tai Kao Mei. His last professional work was directing episodes of the Ultraman TV series. Now, about Joe Shishido. He was born in Osaka in 1933 to a family of prominent merchants. Their home was destroyed in the Allied bombings of 1944, forcing a move to the northern prefecture of Miyagi. Shishido got his big break in 1954 when Nikkatsu picked him out of 800 applicants to be one of the revitalized studio's new faces. He appeared in many Sun Tribe movies in the 1950s, but never as a leading man. He was frustrated that young Nikkatsu colleagues like Yujiro Ishihara were achieving superstar status, while Shishido's bland features relegated him to second-tier status. So in 1957, he took drastic action. Shishido had implants surgically inserted in his face, giving him the bulging cheeks that certainly distinguished him from other young stars of the day. This was a different kind of new face contest, and Joe Shishido won big. His breakout was in the 1963 Yakuza thriller Youth of the Beast, written by Haruhiko Uyabu and directed by Seijun Suzuki, who'd become a frequent collaborator. Japanese audiences embraced the actor they nicknamed Joe the Ace, who leaned hard into his new persona as a swaggering, ultra-cool anti-hero. After Cruel Gun Story, Shishido would make more than 50 movies over the next 6 years, virtually all Yakuza thrillers in which he played essentially the same character. Joe the Ace admitted he cribbed every bit of his style from American actors, particularly Bogart, Mitchum, and Richard Widmark. He and Seijun Suzuki threw out the standard Yakuza formula with 1967's Branded to Kill, an exercise in pure style that the bosses at Nikkatsu branded incoherent. They fired Suzuki, but the backlash from Japanese cinephiles who loved Suzuki and Joe the Ace led to the director being reinstated at the studio. Shishido left Nikkatsu in the early 70s, but his run in Yakuza pictures wasn't over. He made 2 more classics of the genre in 1974, Battle Without Honor and Humanity, final episode, and New Battles Without Honor and Humanity. But unlike some actors who never overcome their typecasting, Shishido changed gears in the 80s and 90s, playing character roles in both movies and television. At the start of the new century, Shishido complained the facial implants were now hurting his career because they made him seem artificially youthful. He had them removed after 45 years in order to literally act his age. And once again, the gamble paid off. He continued working in films and television right up until his last one, The Final Judgment, in 2012. Joe the Ace finally cashed in his chips in 2020 at 86 years of age. Head over to the Noir Alley Facebook page and/or Twitter feed to let us know what you thought of Joe Shishido and Cruel Gun Story. But don't ask me to show Branded to Kill or Tokyo Drifter, 2 of Shishido's most famous films. Those are more likely to turn up on TCM Underground. Next week, I've got another film that, in all honesty, could also be called Cruel Gun Story. It's hard to top the bleak climax of today's film, but the 1961 crime thriller Blast of Silence might just do it. I'm offering it as my Christmas gift to loyal Noir Alley viewers. Till then, Kagi di Ayomasho.